Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Here I'm making this video just regarding what are the tips for hiring a camper van, and what are the preparation before you go to South Island, what are the preparation you have to done before you go to South Island. So the thank you for watching the dream journey. So there was a 7 day trip and we covered 2,400 kilometers approximately, and we drove from we picked up camper van from Christchurch, and we drove to Dunedin. We stayed one night in Dunedin, and then from Dunedin to we go to end of the world, which is end of the New Zealand, which is called Bluff. About Bluff is nothing much to see, and but it's like for the travelers it's like a pride moment that you can say that you've been to the end of the world. So it's really nothing to see, it's just the end point. And then that's if you're going to Bluff, it's just for for to get that pride. And yeah, then from there we drove to Lake Mawara, which was so we've been there, like there was a campsite, so we've been there like in the night time, like 8 o'clock. So, and we have no idea how beautiful that place was. So next day when we wake up in the morning, that was the most amazing place we stayed, absolutely beautiful. But the thing is that from the main highway to Lake Mawara, it's around 35 to 40 kilometers, which is unsealed road, like there's no tar on the road. And in a country like New Zealand, you can hardly see those kind of roads. But it's kind of it's like amazing to drive that drive. Especially people who like driving, it's good to drive in that way. And from there we drove to Milford Sound. On the way to Milford Sound, the roads are really amazing. You can see a lot of hill station, guard section. You will see one of the biggest tunnel in New Zealand, and this really amazing place. In Milford Sound, it's nothing there. It's a small town. You can't buy any groceries or anything there. There's a small fuel station there, but hardly they have a fuel. So before you go to Milford Sound, you have to be well prepared. Like especially if you're staying there, you have to prepare for that night. Like you have to buy alcohol or whatever, food. And there is one restaurant there, like in a holiday park, but apart from that, there's nothing. And you don't even get a network, like a mobile network, no coverage, and hardly can find a Wi-Fi there, which is cool. You're going for holiday, like not to spend time on your phone. You want to explore, so that's the ideal place to stay away from everything. From Milford Sound, what you can see is mainly cruising. So there are a lot of different companies doing that cruise ship, and which is approximately take 3 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours. Different packages are there. So we take that. We took one of that, and there's one more option to see underwater scenery, which is you have to pay additional $30 or something. And from that, for that, the cruise ship is really amazing, and the underwater scenery, which is not really cool. It is cool. It is a natural underwater scenery. You will see the under lake, the natural. There's nothing fabricated in. It's nothing fabricated. So everything what is there you see is natural. But it's kind of small aquarium, but it's like you can see some fishes and stuff. But if you're not keen to see that, it's like you just skip that and you can save that money. But if you're keen to see, it's beautiful. And Milford Sound is really beautiful. It's the waterfalls and everything's so beautiful. The cruise ship is amazing, and you can do kayaking. There are a lot of options for kayaking there, and some other activities there. And from there we drove back to Queenstown, which is we stayed one night there. Queenstown, it's a beautiful, active town in New Zealand. It's so beautiful, and it's very active, and a lot of tourists you can see. So we've been there on Friday, and we went for clubbing on Friday night, and that was really cool. And then we actually I didn't take the video for. We've been to the famous Fur Burger, I think it's called Fur Burger. So we've been there, we had the burger, but I couldn't shoot that because we were going clubbing after that. So I don't want to carry the camera with me. So I couldn't shoot that, but the Fur Burger is like very famous things in New Zealand or Queenstown. So we had that. It's really worth it, and I think it's total $13. It's like a massive burger. Once you had that burger, you can skip a couple of your meals. That's huge, and it's okay. Taste is fine, and like that also kind of pride things. You know, if you've been to Queenstown, you need to try that. That's amazing. Fur Burger. Then we've been to one of the famous club in Queenstown, but I forgot the name. There was a nice pub actually. It's ridiculously cheap. The drinks was really cheap. You know, there was most amazing things because we thought Queenstown is expensive, but maybe in I don't know. But the liquor, alcohol was ridiculously cheap in the pub, and unfortunately we got a happy hour. It was 10 to 11. There was like Absolute and Captain Morgan and kind of stuff, like it's like $4. It was cheap as. And then we had cocktails like $6 and $5 in happy hour price. So that was a good night. And Lake Wanaka, there was a beautiful, huge lake. There was huge lake, you know. And then that night we stayed in Twizel. Twizel is a beautiful small town. I really love that place. And it's close to Lake Pukaki, and from Lake Pukaki, from next day we drove to Mount Cook. Mount Cook is such an amazing place. And then from there we drive back to Lake Tikapu, which is another place. Is amazing. Oh, one more thing, from the next day from Queenstown we drove to Glenorchy. Glenorchy is a beautiful small town. What are the preparation you have to do before you go to South Island? Like South Island it's not a small place. It's huge. So we cover only like 50% or even less than 50% of South Island. And that also, it was actually a road trip. So that also we were really like, you know, driving, keep driving. And so we couldn't really explore the places, like, you know, like we could explore the places, but we couldn't explore, we couldn't do any activities or anything else. We just done only the cruise ship, and one night in Queenstown we spent well. But rest of the trip we just driving and see the scenery, and you know, like that was amazing anyway. So for going to South Island, I would say at least you need to take if you fly to Queenstown, you want to do Queenstown, Glenorchy, Mount Cook, Lake, maybe a couple of days you can cover that. But if you're driving and if you want to explore really well, I would say take at least 2 weeks so you can cover most of the part. And if you get a 3 weeks, I would say you can spend really well all entire South Island. So and one more thing, so before you go, check whether the daylight saving time. So usually the daylight saving is start from September to until usually the April. So if you go that time, you know, you can spend you get a lot of time, like, you know, you get a huge daytime because the sunrise will be a bit earlier and the sunset is go like in a peak time is go like 9-ish, 9:30. So like you get a lot of time to spend well. So for us it's like a very short time, so we need to cover all the places and we need to see around, and so be careful with that. But if you got a lot of time, then you know, never mind. But there was that's one of the things, and people were saying to me the road is really not good condition. I mean, like, it's dangerous. No, we don't feel that. There is a lot of guard section, hill station, small roads, but we need to try to be careful. Just that, but apart from that, it's amazing drive. Like, if you like driving, if you're a rider, that's the best place to drive. So all over the trip, South Island, 100 out of 100. It's such an amazing place, guys. So about hiring camper van, so we had a six-seater camper van, which is Maui, which is huge actually. And the camper van, it's fully set, like it's kind of home, like it's called motor home. It's like a home. You got an oven, you got a heater, you got a, like, gas cooking range, you got a bed, got all the dishes, like you got everything there. Like you don't need to get any other dishes, like everything, literally everything there. So, and you get blanket, you get a towel, everything, and pillow, duvet cover, everything there. So so it's fully packed. It's like, it's fully loaded, so you don't need to really worry about anything else. The first things that, like, when you take a camper van, go to Pack and Save, which is the largest supermarket chain in New Zealand. They do pretty cheaper price, so go buy most of the grocery, because some places you can't see any shops or anything, so get everything mostly at a time. So what we done, we went to straight away to supermarket, Pack and Save, and we grab everything like for a week. We were fully loaded, and you got a fridge there, freezer there, so you don't need to worry about the meat or anything. So it's pretty safe. And so that's the first thing, and it's cheap too. And if you go further, a bit expensive, a little bit expensive, so better you get things from Christchurch and try it. And another thing is that you need to charge your camper every second day, because for your lights, for your microwave, for your oven, for your water heater, everything, you need to charge your battery every second day. That you can charge only in holiday parks where you stay. So it is a mandatory, I would say. If the usage is less, you can charge every 3 days, but they are saying you charge every second day. But we did it every second day, we charge it. But but if your usage is not really high, I would say you just charge every third day. But for charging the camper van, you need to go to Holiday Park. Holiday Park, the one person need to pay like $25 to $30. So if you got 6 people, you need to pay like $120, $150 or even $180. That's pretty expensive for that case. So you have to be careful with that, because you will spend money on that. Another thing is that you need to pay for road tax, because if you're getting a diesel car, you need to pay road tax. So what we got cost for every $100, every 100 kilometers, $7. So you have to remember that. Another thing is we got charged for extra driver. You need to pay a very little amount, like all your trip, like $18, like, or $18 or $20. So that's cheap, and that's good thing you have to done, because so they know that your friend or whoever is with you, they're driving too. So it's okay. So better whoever is with you, whoever is driving, just you pay for that and before you get the camper, because then if anything goes wrong, and it's your friend is registered with them that he's driving, they know that he's driving. And so and the first thing, you have to give your full license. Without your full license, you don't get your camper. So we cook every day in Cambodia. We had only one time, one or two meals we had from outside. Rest everything we cook inside. That's was the little beautiful things you can do. You can cook together and heaps of room in the camper. So it's okay. So we had 6-seater. And one more thing about the price. I'm not sure because I work for the company, so I got free, absolutely free. I just only pay the road tags and just road tags and extra fee for the car drivers. So absolutely free. And I think it is like $150 in off season, for 6-seater, 150 to 200, and in season time it's 200 plus in for 6-seater, like 6 berth. And so we have Maui. Maui is the leading company in New Zealand or the under tourism holding. So Maui, Mighty, Braids. So there 3 is one of the leading, actually is the leading. And if and there are a lot of other campers company too, so you can plan your budget and hire which one. So but even though Maui is the leading and the best, so it's up to you which one you hire, like, because I work the camper. But guys, for taking camper, one more thing I want to say, because you've been to cruise ship, you've been to flight, you've been to hotels, and you've been to resorts, and you've been different, you've done different stuff. But having camper, it's a unique experience. It is really unique experience. You're never gonna get that feeling. There are different like a 2 berth and 4 berth and 6 berth is the maximum one. I think so, but I'm not sure. The thing is that try to avoid use the toilets, because you need to, if you're using the toilet, you need to clean all the time. I think we haven't used at all. And we use the shower, but not the toilet, because you get all the public toilet everywhere. Like you can use the public toilet, and every second day you're going to holiday park, so you get all the facility there. And for shower you can use, and just only the thing you need to refill the water. You pretty much you get everywhere. Like you can use some of the petrol stations, they do that. And some of other places also you get that. That's free of cost. So I would say that use the toilet outside, and you can use the shower for fill the water, and you can use the shower. So that's pretty cool. And the mileage of the camper, which is like I don't remember exactly, but I reckon around 7, 8, or between 6 to 8, I guess. So I'm not sure that, but I think so. And it's huge car, it's the huge one. But while you're driving, so for the first time I'm driving the bigger one like that. But the first time when I drive, I feel like, oh god, this is something, like I feel like, this is hard when I start driving. But after a couple of kilometers, it's same as your car, but it's just normal as your car. It's cool, And only you need to be careful when you reverse your camber, and the height the height is a bit high, so be careful with that when you do reversing and the height, So just remember that, and apart from that, that will be absolutely fine. The camber it's allowed is 90 kilometer per hour, not 100. So you have to be careful with that. So you can't drive 100. It's supposed to be 90. The speed limit is 90 kilometer. So you have to be careful with that. You have to be careful. So much Vishnu, Donnell and Chaco. Without you guys, this trip will be won't be nice. So thank you so much, guys, and I hope you also having great time. And it was such a memorable trip and such a memorable journey, and that's give me inspiration to keep traveling, and this dream journey, all this serious dream journey, the serious one is finished now, and the dream journey second series gonna start soon. It's already we've been there, the second series, but I'm gonna upload the video soon, and then more other videos it's gonna come, I hope so. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, and kamsahamnida John Haludesio. Thank you.